Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to build a Laravel 8 multi-authentication system, step by step. You'll learn how to create separate login access for admin and normal users, protect routes using middleware, and redirect users to different dashboards based on their roles. This tutorial is beginner-friendly and perfect if you want to understand role-based authentication in Laravel. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Before we start working with Laravel, there are a few essential tools you need to install. First is XAMPP, which provides Apache, PHP, and MySQL to run Laravel on your local machine. Second is Visual Studio Code, the code editor we will use to write and manage our Laravel code. And third is Composer, which is required to install Laravel and manage its dependencies. Once these three tools are installed, you'll be fully ready to begin your Laravel development journey. After installing all the essential tools, let's go ahead and create our Laravel project. I'll open Git Bash by right-clicking on the htdocs folder and selecting Git Bash here, which opens the terminal directly inside the htdocs directory. Now I'll run the command to create a fresh Laravel project and name it blog. This process may take a little time, so I'll pause the video here and we'll continue once the installation is complete. Alright, the installation is done. Now let's move into the blog directory. After that, I'll run the code.command, which opens this project folder directly in Visual Studio Code. Now we're ready to start working on our Laravel application. Next, I'll press Ctrl plus backtick button to open the terminal inside Visual Studio Code. I'll switch the terminal from PowerShell to Git Bash. Then I'll run Composer dump autoload to load all the classes in our application. After that, we'll generate the application key by using this command. Finally, I'll run PHP artisan serve to start the local development server. Once the server is running, I'll hold Ctrl and click on the link to open our Laravel project in the browser. As you can see, this is the default Laravel boilerplate, which means everything is working perfectly. Next, we'll set up our database connection. In the .env file, I'll add the database name as blog_db. After that, I'll open XAMPP and start both Apache and MySQL, making sure they're running properly. Now, in the browser, I'll type localhost/phpMyAdmin to open the phpMyAdmin dashboard. From here, I'll click on New and enter the same database name we added in the .env file and click Create. Perfect, our database is ready. Now let's head back to VS Code. Inside the database/migrations folder, open the Create Users Table migration file. Here, we'll add a new column called is_admin, set its type to Boolean, and make it nullable. This column will help us differentiate between admin and normal users. Next, inside the app models folder, open the user.php file. Here we'll add is_admin after the password field, so it can be mass assignable. Everything looks good so far. Now, let's open another terminal and run the migration command to migrate all the tables into our database. Once the migration is complete, head back to the database and refresh it. You'll see that the tables have been created. And if we open the users table, we can now see the is_admin column. Perfect, everything is set up correctly. In the next step, we'll install Laravel UI using the command line. After that, we'll set up Bootstrap authentication, which gives us ready-made login and registration pages. Then, we'll run npm install to install all the required front-end dependencies. Once everything is installed, we'll compile the assets and our authentication system will be ready to use. Let me show you the result. As you can see, we now have login and register pages. If we click on login, we get an error. But don't worry, we'll fix this issue in the next steps. Next, we'll create a middleware for isAdmin using this command. Once it's created, let's open the file inside the app http middleware folder. After that, we will update the handle function a little bit. So what's happening here? This middleware checks whether the currently authenticated user is an admin or not. If the user's is_admin value is set to 1, the request is allowed to continue. If the user is not an admin, they are redirected to the home page with an error message saying they don't have admin access. Next, open the kernel.php file. Inside the route middleware array, add this line to register the isAdmin middleware. By doing this, we make the middleware available, so we can protect any route that should only be accessible by admin users. After that, head over to the routes folder and open web.php. Here, we'll update the admin route and apply the is_admin middleware. This ensures that only users with admin privileges can access the admin home page. Next, we'll work on the home controller. Open app. http controllers. homecontroller.php. And create a new public function called admin home. This function will simply return the admin home view, which will act as the dashboard for our admin users. So far, everything looks good, and we're ready to move on to setting up our views. For the home page, we'll keep the default template as it is. Next, we'll create a new blade file for the admin home page. Inside this file, we'll add some simple HTML to display the admin dashboard. We'll extend the main layout using extends function. Then we define the content section and add a card with the title dashboard and a message that says, "You are admin." This will be the dashboard view for admin users. After creating our views, the next step is to work on the login controller. Inside this controller, we'll create a login function to handle user authentication. First, the function collects all the input from the request and validates it. This validation makes sure the email field is not empty and uses a valid email format, and that the password field is also provided. This helps prevent incomplete or invalid login attempts and automatically redirects the user back if the input is not valid. Next, the function attempts to authenticate the user using the provided credentials. If the login is successful, it checks whether the user is an admin. After that, if the user's is admin will be redirected to the admin home page, while normal users are redirected to the regular home page. If the login attempt fails, the user is redirected back to the login page with an error message, indicating that the email or password is incorrect. This ensures that each user is sent to the correct dashboard after logging in. Also make sure to update this line. Now we are not getting any warnings. Now that everything is set up, it's time to create a seeder. First, we run the command to generate the seeder file. Then, we open the file and add the data we want to insert into the users table. In this seeder, we create two users. The first one is an admin user, named admin, with is_admin set to 1. And then a regular user named user, with is_admin set to 0. Each user's password is securely hashed using bcrypt. Finally, we loop through the array of users and create each record in the database. Finally, we run the command to seed the data into the users table. If we check the table in the browser or in a database client, we can see that both the admin and regular user have been successfully inserted. Now, it's time to test our application. Let's start by logging in. At first, we run into an issue, so I'll copy a command and run it in the terminal to fix it. Now it works perfectly. Now let's try to logging in. As the admin user, as you can see, we are successfully redirected to the admin page. Next, let's try logging in as a regular user. And we encounter another issue. So the issue is we didn't define the route for the regular users. So let's quickly fix it by defining the route for the home page. Let's check again. We still face a problem. So let's remove the middleware since it's not needed for regular users. Perfect. Let's try again. Now it works flawlessly. We can also register a new user. Next, checking the database table, and the new user has been added. Let's make this user an admin and try logging in again. Now, the user has full admin access. And that's it for this tutorial. You can explore and add more features if you like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe for more Laravel tutorials. I will see you in the next one.